process management and information technology. The probable weightage of this topic is 8 marks to 12 marks in your examination. Now let us first try to understand what is meant by a business. This definition is only for your understanding. This won't come asked in your examination. Here business means any place where manufacturing of goods takes place or commercial services are provided. Such place is said to be carry on commercial activities. Such activities are nothing but a business. Now let us see a definition of what is meant by a process. Process is nothing but sequence of events that uses input to produce output. Let us see what is the technical definition of the process. A process is defined as coordinated and standardized flow of activities performed by people or machine which remove functional boundaries to achieve business objective and create value for customers. I know you people are getting confusion of seeing this definition. Let me make you clear of this definition. Here in the definition, the first step is coordinated. Here coordinated means a one by one step. Example, if we take the cash deposit in a bank, the process whatever we follow to deposit the cash in a bank, we follow a step-by-step process. It is nothing but a coordination. And standardized flow of activities means the cash if we deposit in one bank is same in every bank. That is, if we deposit the cash in Hyderabad, it is same as if we deposit out of the Hyderabad. It is nothing but the process is standardized. And this process can be performed by either humans or automatic machines. This remove functional boundaries, which is nothing but it provides coordination between different departments of an organization. Why we are doing this process? Ultimately to achieve a business objective and create value for customers. If we take the example of cash deposit in a bank, the ultimate objective is to deposit the cash in a bank and it provides satisfaction to the customers. We have understood what is business and what is process. Now let us see what is meant by a process, a management. Process management is nothing but how the process is managed by management. It involves 3 steps. First, we have to define the process on paper. Next, if there are any corrections in the process, we have to improve it, and after improving, fix the roles and responsibilities to the persons who made this a process. Already we have seen what is meant by a process management. It involves 3 steps. First one is we have to define the process. After defining, if there are any corrections in the process, we have to improve it. Now the theories of process management refers to improving the process. These are some best practices with which we can improve the process. There are 2 types of improvements. First one is we can improve through incremental improvement, and second one is a radical improvement. Incremental improvement is nothing but a step-by-step growth, and radical improvement is nothing but a drastic growth. Here, to improve this, we need some methods. If we want to improve the process under incremental improvement, we are having 2 methods. One is the total quality management and another method is Six Sigma. If we want a drastic growth, that is if we want to improvement under a radical improvement, one method is business process re-engineering. Let us discuss one of the method under incremental improvement, that is a total quality management. The other name is a Deming cycle or Pdca cycle. Here why I am saying total quality management is also known as Deming cycle means the father of this method is Deming. So I have given the name of Deming cycle. And Pdca cycle is nothing but, P is nothing but plan, D do, C check, and A act. Now let us see with the example of a simple diagram. Here plan is nothing but after defining the process, if there are any corrections, first we have to identify that corrections, and according to that identification we have to design the plan. After designing, we can't sit simply, we have to implement the plan. And after implementation, we have to continuously monitorize whether we are going according to the plan or not. If there are any deviations from the plan we have designed, we have to take corrective actions, and again we have to go according to the plan we designed. That is, the conclusion is total quality management is nothing but having a quality control on all the aspects of a process. Now let's see our second method under incremental improvement, which is Six Sigma. Six Sigma is based on the concept that whatever we manufacture, we get the goods almost with zero defects. Now Six Sigma method involves 5 steps which made Six Sigma successful. First of all, define. Define is nothing but what we want to achieve. In the example, if I want to manufacture 10 lakhs worth of goods, my strategy is I want 9,99,996 goods without any defect. Now this is my strategy. I have defined my strategy. Now I have to measure. Iska matlab, this means compare actual and standards. Now the actual manufacture I made without any defects is 5 lakhs. But I want to achieve my strategy is 9,99,996. Now I have to analyze the reason why this difference has come. Now here the difference is 4,99,996. After analyzing the reason for this variance, I have to improve it. That is, I have to take the actuals to standards. Now continuously I have to control this. Now let us see a business process re-engineering, one of the method used in radical improvement. First, under business process re-engineering, there are actually 3 steps what we have to follow to have the drastic improvement. First, a business process re-engineering means stopping the existing process and starting a new process. First, we have to think fundamental rethinking. We have to think from the root, radical change completely. If we follow this too, we'll have a drastic improvement. Success factors of BPR. BPR is nothing but business process or re-engineering. To have the BPR success, these are the following factors we have to consider while developing this BPR. First, we need commitment from whom? We need commitment from the management. Let us see the example to understand what is meant by commitment from the management very clearly. First, there is one CA office. There so many people are working there. Example, if you take the one person is doing the articles. Now he is having a full knowledge of having ERP package in an organization which integrate all the business processes in an organization. Having complete knowledge of an ERP package, what he does is without permission of his boss, that is a CA person, he'll call the Oracle person, one of the manufacturer of the ERP package, and he asks him to design the ERP package and brings him to the organization. So based on the instructions given by the article student, what the manufacturer will do is he'll design the software and he'll bring it to the office premises. After issuing invoice to the boss, what he will do without my permission, why you ordered this, he can take the legal actions as per the ICI and he can remove the article person. So here the commitment from the organization is very important if we want to start a new one, stopping the existing one. So that is BPR to be successful. The first step we have to take considered is commitment from the management. Now we have to appoint team members. So to implement a particular software, there should be a person who is very well knowledge of this factor. So appointing team members is also the one of the factor which makes a BPR very successful. Now we have to analyze. Now you may ask that why we have to analyze. Already we have taken commitment and already we have appointed members. So the analysis is very important to be a BPR to be very successful. That is, if we are doing BPR means there are a lot of blunder mistakes in the existing system. So we have to analyze what are the mistakes in the existing system and we may strive for the new BPR like that. We can't repeat that type of mistakes in the new business process. So commitment and analyze is very important for a BPR to be very successful. Now next step we have to see is whether we are having adequate IT infrastructure or not, and after seeing that we have to study the minds of the employees, that is effective change management. Now in the first commitment I have given one example. Now let us reverse that example in case of an effective change management. Here in this case, now not the article student, now the boss want to implement this ERP package in an organization. Now he won't take the permission of article students. he'll go to the designer and he'll make order to make the software, ERP software in an organization. Now here the problem is actually the article students, previously the existing software they are following is actually Tally. Suddenly if you change a Tally to the ERP package, they can't tolerate this. So they'll resist this change. So first, to a BPR to be very successful, first we have to manage the employees. Now after implementing, it should be continuously improved. So by following these 6 factors, whatever the BPR we want to implement in our organization, it will be very successful. We have seen what is meant by business, and we have also seen what is meant by process, and we have seen what is meant by process management. Now let us try to understand what is meant by a business process. There are 2 types of business process. One is organizational process and another one is operational process. Now there are 5 levels in business process. This organization process and operational process also involves in this levels. First, I have to formulate a strategy. For example, if I want to manufacture 1,000 crores of goods, this is my strategy. To manufacture that, whatever the things I have followed, that is nothing but our goals. It's a part of a strategy. Now after forming strategy and after defining what are the goals, we have to define the process, matlab how to manufacture that 100 crores, that process we have to define, and if there are any corrections we have to rectify the process. After defining, we have to fix our roles and responsibilities, and after defining the process and after fixing roles and responsibilities, we have to implement the process. Matlab whatever we define, that we have to put it in a practical. So defining the process, fixing roles and responsibilities, implementation, these 3 already we have seen in process management. Iska matlab levels in business process is nothing but extension of a process management. Here defining the process and rectify it will do in organization level, that is the organization process. Fixing roles and responsibilities will be done by middle level people or bottom level people, that is this is nothing but operational process. We have seen what is meant by business and what is meant by process, and we have also seen what is meant by process management. Now let us say completely what is meant by business process management. It is the achievement of business objective by managing, improving and controlling of what essential business process. Now let us say a step by step. Here achievement means realizing. Business objective is nothing but performance targets. Business process management is realizing the performance targets by defining the process, and while defining, if there are any corrections, improving the process by using either TQM, Total Quality Management, or Six Sigma, or BPR, Business Process Re-engineering method. And in case of any deviations of this process, taking corrective action of the core activities of the business process. This business process management can be done with IT or without IT. Now let us see, if we use the technology for implementing this BPM, what are the primary benefits. Before seeing these benefits, let me explain you a clear example. By seeing this example, you yourself can give the benefits of this BPM by using the technology. Here in the example, I am taking the MCA 21. So the initiative was to save a paperwork and they want to manage everything in a digitalized form. Now let us see, before introduction of MCA 21, if a client wants to incorporate company, what are the process he wants to follow. First, if he want to incorporate the company, he'll go to the chartered accountant, and chartered accountant, by taking all the information from the client, he'll submit form 1/1832 along with that memorandum of association and article of association of a client's company. These are, he'll take that and he'll go to ROC, and in ROC there will be having a invert counter, and he'll submit all the copies to the invert counter. And after receiving all the documents from the chartered accountant, ROC will go to register and he will submit all the forms whatever the CA has given to him. Register can't alone, this is a manual process. Before MCA 21 everything is in manual, so register can't alone take all the process, so he'll be having some dealing hands. Here in this example, I have taken a register is having 4 dealing hands D1, D2, D3 and D4. After receiving all the documents from the ROC, he will see who is the person sitting idle. Now for example, if we take a D1 is sitting idle, he will transfer all these documents to the dealing person. Dealing person, after having all his observation, he will again return it to the register. If a register feels that everything is properly followed, he will accept the incorporation. Otherwise, if he refuse, he will give back to the ROC and ROC will give back to the chartered accountant. This way, till the incorporation, this process goes on continue. This is very complicated process and a lot of paperwork is involved in it. Now let us say after introduction of technology in the incorporation of company, how the process becomes very easy. Now let us see after the introduction of MCA 21. Now everything is digitalized. If you want to incorporate a company, it follows a very simple process. Now let us take a website www.nca.government.in. Here this access control is with of 2 persons, one with chartered accountant and one with the registrar. Now if a chartered accountant want to transfer or register all these documents, that is MOA, AOA and some forms, first he will upload in his system. That will seen on the home screen of the registrar. That will be on his database. It will show that IC pending. After register says this, he will allocate this work to the dealing hands. And a dealing hand here already before introduction in MCA 21 we have taken a D1. In the same way, that dealing hand first person will make all his observation and he will transfer to the register person. Register, after seeing all the observations and after considering all the important things, he will incorporate the company. So the process goes very easy with the introduction of IT. So the final conclusion is business process management can be done with IT and without IT, but if we do this as the organization is very big, if we go with manual, there will be a very complicated process which we can't achieve the business objective and which we can't create a customer satisfaction very clearly. So if we introduce IT into this business process management, this goes very easy and ultimately we achieve the business objective, ultimately we satisfy the customers. So this is the concept why we have introduced IT in the business process management. Without seeing any IT material, we can frame our benefits getting from the business process management using a technology. Now considering the example of MCA 21, we can frame 3 benefits. One is automation. Why I am saying automation is, here after introduction of MCA 21, that is if everything is digitalized, their human efforts will be very less. Everything will be machinized. So one of the benefit of the technology using in business process management is automation. And there will be a process but with less efforts with high quality. And there will be allocation of a responsibility. If we use IT in the implementation of business process management, there will be also more benefits. By considering the before example, that is MCA 21, we have framed 3 benefits which is very easy and which is very rememberable. Now in this session we have studied what is business process management and what are the benefits of using technology in the implementation of business process management. Let's continue the next session in the next video with some more interesting topics. If you like this video, subscribe to Rec TV. Thank you.